Hey guys, Huzzy here bringing you another video. Now, welcome to a big update. So, whenever they do a dev update, I'll just be honest, I never read it fully, but I have a very quick skim just to see would this be good for a video. And I stopped the skim very early on because I was like, yep, let's get to recording this video. So I might get this out as today's second video because it's really big news. The first news is Riot made me a skin, apparently. Kind of joking, but yeah, Victorious Anivia is coming. Obviously, it goes without saying, I've actually not been playing a crazy amount of Anivia this year. And if you've noticed for the past few weeks, I've not been playing mid lane. I'd like to get back into it. I've said this in streams and videos. I want to play mid. It just doesn't feel great, you know? But the champion pool that I've got, it doesn't go. And yeah, people could have said to me, it's like, Anivia's doing fine. She is as an individual champion. What's frustrating and what takes away the enjoyment of me is something that what Riot said in the last dev blog. Even the good mages are just being camped by junglers, and there's not much you can do about it. And if you've watched my Anivia content this year, that's kind of accurate. Is when I'm playing Anivia, I could be doing well in the 1v1, but I have the enemy jungler a lot in mid lane, and it's just not that fun. So I've become the jungler, you know? So anyway, let's get into it. But obviously the overall arching thing is what's next for ranked. Obviously at the beginning of this season, they did to what some people, you know, said was controversial. They removed smurf queue because it did have its issues. And I will be honest, and this is something that I'm open with. I'm a human being. We all have opinions, and our opinions can change, especially with, you know, new information and new experiences. I wish that didn't happen. You know, yes, smurf queue was annoying when you were smurfing because it made like the unranked to diamond a worse experience, but it made the main account experience, what the primary focus should be, better. And I think that's where Riot, and I think the very quick skimming that I did, there might be something going on with that. So let's get into it. So, and I will say, if you like this update, please do throw a like on it and let me know what you think down below. So hi folks, I'm Riot Oberon, product lead for the Game Loop team. Dude, I don't know. I can't keep track of all the teams. There's what the hell's Game Loop? I've got no idea. Here to talk about how the ranked season has been going from our perspective this year. We knew going into this year it'd be a bit different with the mid-year reset. And I will say I'm looking forward to the mid-year reset. But let's go. So promotion series went from best of 5 to best of 3. I liked this change overall. It felt less grindy. We wanted to let promotion series resolve more quickly with this change accomplished. We liked what this did. So coming up, they'll be resolving even faster, maybe even instantly. Spoiler, they're getting rid of promotion series. So this is both a good and a bad thing, I will say. And just to give that point, and maybe we'll talk about it even later, promotion series was basically a tactile way that Riot could slow down your climb. That's what they were. They were a way that they could slow down your climb so you don't just go the whole way up. The problem with it, you know, well, that was a problem, and it's good that that got reduced. The problem that I face myself, especially now that they're getting rid of them as a whole, which we'll see later, but you know, right now the only promotion series are, hey, you're going into Master, there's a promo, or you're going into Diamond for the first time from Plat, have a promo series. The ping-ponging is quite draining. So when you are getting to your rank or a difficult rank time, like for me, example, I've been Diamond 1 recently, and my account can be in Diamond 3. And then Diamond 2. It's really sometimes mentally tough to be constantly going Diamond 1, 2, Diamond 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, up to Diamond 1, down to Diamond 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's so much easier now with the combination of higher LP gains and losses and no promotion series. It's just a massive ping pong. And that's where and I'll just say this right now, and I know this is not technically the subject, but try to have really good mental fortitude and ranked at the moment, because the difference at the moment of being down 1 tier or 100 LP, it isn't that much. It's only a few games away. Where like, but before the old system, if you had bad MMR, you were gaining 12 LP per game. If you have bad MMR now, you're still gaining 22. It's like near double the LP, like even if you have bad MMR. So it's a lot more ping-pongy, but it's mental fortitude, I'd say, sometimes is the problem. So this is the big one for a Smurf queue, but removing a visible rank influence in matchmaking. We still believe this was the right move for returning players, basically anyone not playing a bunch of games at season start, but I've heard you on the pain of more Smurfs in your games. And I will say, not just more Smurfs, crazy amount of Smurfs. You know, I've never minded Smurfs I've done on Ranked to Diamond series, because historically there's only ever been like, you know, oh, there might be one Smurf in a game. And obviously Smurf Q took that away after they got placed a couple of games. That's a Smurf, put them in Smurf Q. Now, even in my, you know, I'm in the top few percent in the game. There's still 2-3 Smurfs per game. Bought accounts, botted intro accounts every game. And it's just, it's literally, and as what I've said, and I don't know why it's happening, but it is completely out of control at the moment. I don't know who these players are that are keep doing it or why they're doing it. Some people have had the guess of Riot has become so much better with banning toxic players. Like, they have got better with it. Even they have said maybe they're banning more toxic players, so the toxic players are just buying more Smurfs. I don't know. It's crazy how far it's gone, like, away. But anyway, so we knowingly made the trade-off of more Smurfs in regular games for the returning player experience with this change, but definitely aren't happy with the current impact of Smurfing. Yeah, straight up, just bring back Smurf Q. And I'll say that right now, as someone even that does Smurf series, bring back Smurf Q. The actual experience of Ranked right now is just bad. Just flat out bad. Ignoring the meta, ignoring balance, ignore that, put that to the side. The actual player experience of having these bought accounts in every game is just literally a bad experience. And it's in every rating. That's the thing. It's not just a diamond thing. It's not just a gold thing. It's every rating. This is a problem. They need to do something about it. And I realistically think the only thing they can do about it, apart from adding like verification to an account that you have to have a mobile number properly attached, or you've got to bind ID or something to play ranked, which I don't think they're going to be doing here in the West, then maybe they bring back Smurf Q properly is the only answer, because then those accounts just get all lumped together really fast. But that's it. And then the Victoria skin and new rewards track. We've still got some time to go, but we don't have an official take on how these have landed. I have no idea even what they're talking about. What? Oh, I think I know what they're talking about. That you get the rewards per games. Yeah, they're pretty lame. More free rewards are good though, right? I'd also like to officially announce a Victoria skin for season 2023 Split 1, because remember, there are going to be 2 Victoria skins now, is Victorious Anivia. Hell yeah, I'm really happy about that. So, earlier in this season, we made it easier to move up and down in rank so that your rank journey is more eventful. We accomplished this, but with a few side effects that we're evaluating. Increasing LP variance shortened the initial journey to your rank, where you can start the experience of LP losses that are greater than LP wins if your MMR isn't near the level of your rank you're trying to climb to. This is a really bad experience we want to address, but it does serve a more important purpose: preventing rank inflation and maintaining ladder integrity. So, yeah, fair enough. But Riot, you say the ladder is inflated. It is accurate that there are more players at high ranks, but it's important to note that we didn't change the MMR requirements to sustain those ranks between 2022 and 2023. With the faster LP progression, players are reaching places they would end up anyway over time. That's a good point to make. So many people have said, even from last season to this season, why are there so many more players in Master and Grandmaster and all these things, or Master? And, you know, people are saying it's because of the LP changes. Riot is saying, and again, it's if you trust them or not, Riot is saying that no, those players would have ended up there anyway. Interesting take. And then, well, that said, the original design of Master Plus didn't account for such a high population and has been steadily increasing over the years. I will say it's naturally going to do that, and I'll explain that in a second, but there's probably improvement to make progression experience when the milestone for a Master tier player is Grandmaster at 800 LP anyway. It's important that this level of play is perceived as prestigious. At the end of the day, if you're in the top 0.5% of anything, you are doing really good. So that is something to note. There are some people out there that are trying to even say Master isn't very good. Being Master is still a very good rank. Being Diamond is still a good rank. The thing that I want to make clear is whatever Riot did, apart from, you know, the only thing that they realistically could do is make Master a limited spot rank, like Grandmaster has 700 spots and Challenger's got 300 spots on the big servers, less if you're on smaller servers. That's the only thing that they could do to make Master more prestigious, is have less people actually in it, by having only a set amount of spots. But then the LP gains will be, the LP like needed will be insane. When a game gets older, naturally there's going to be more people in the higher ranks. That's just the way it works. Every game, the older the game, the better the population of the game is going to be. People will naturally start progressing upward. Every game is like that. You know, it's just the way of it. That's just a reality that we're in. So yeah, the only way that they would have stopped more people heading into Master is making it so, you know, if Grandmaster's got 700 people in, Challenge has got 300 people in, maybe make it so 2,500 people could be in Master. You could do that. You know, the first time I will say that I ever got Master in Season 9, I think from memory I was in the top 2,000 players on EU West. And that's when Master was definitely less populated. But still, like, I don't know if Riot's going to do that. I don't see it as a negative that there's a lot of Master people in there. You also have to imagine, even though there's a lot of accounts in Master, it's not as many players as you think. Why? So many of those accounts are duplicates. And what I mean by that is it's the same player with 2 or 3 accounts in Master. Why? The difference between Master and Grandmaster is very big. You know, it's a very big ranked difference. So if you're a Master tier player, you might not be good enough to get a Grandmaster, which can be frustrating. So they just make another account and make it into Master, and they make another account and make it into Master. Also, a lot of duo queue players are in the low end of Master because they can duo their whole way, get into Master, and then they're just stuck in low Master because they can't duo anymore. That's also a big population of Master as well. So even though, yes, there's a lot of accounts in Master, realistically, it's not as bad as you think. But anyway, let's go in what's coming next. So, and I will say, one of the points that is happening, I have said that they should do this for years. And if you've been around, you would have heard me say this. So, at this time, at the first time, we'll be resetting ranks during the season. We wanted to explain what's going on. So yeah, there's going to be a season reset. From what I've heard, it's not going to be a huge reset, but you might end up in a brand new rank if you're in a certain rating bracket. I might even end up in that rank after placements, to be honest. But historically, League has been a very bottom-heavy distribution of rankings. Setting aside Iron at the bottom and Diamond Plus at the top, most other competitive rank games have equivalents of Bronze, Silver, Gold, Platinum, roughly similar in size. Which is true. If you look at the rank distribution of League, the bottom end is really high, then Gold and that is still pretty high, and then it kind of naturally progresses down. In most competitive games, that's actually not how they do it. They actually have even footing of the more average ranks, and then it will taper down as you get into higher ranks. Why do they do that? It feels nicer to the average player. Like that's the thing. So you couldn't, in essence, you could argue that they're going to make it easier to climb in average ratings here. They might, but it feels better to the average player. And Riot, you can't hide away to it. It's an older game. They will lose players to lack of motivation. But if it's easier to achieve, but without making it obvious, platinum or gold when you're a silver player, it's incentive to keep playing, you know? So, this means that bronze and silver represents below average and average. Obviously, iron is kind of the bottom of the barrel, but yeah. Gold and platinum represent above average and very good players, respectively. However, our ranks have typically biased low, with more than 60% of players typically in silver and bronze. Again, also including iron, but they're just not mentioning it. Currently in League, many silver players are actually an above average in skill, while gold players are significantly above average. This is something that I will 100% agree with. Obviously, we're doing Unranked to Diamond this season and doing them every year. Apart from the year that we had Smurf Q, then we were just against Smurfs. I have a pretty good understanding of the average player's, you know, skill. Straight up, I'm going to say, the average player nowadays is pretty good. I know that's going to sound weird, but again, it's the aspect of it being an older game. An average silver player, gold player now would beat diamond players from a few years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. They would arguably beat diamond players from back then. The game is constantly progressing. Everything is getting better and better and better. And again, what Riot is saying is the average skill isn't representative of the rank that you're sometimes in. So they're going to try and make it feel nicer, I guess, which is probably a good idea. So you can think of it like this. Compared to most games with similar ranking systems, we labeled a significant portion of players one tier lower. We're changing that in Split 2, and distributions are going to move more as an even percentage split, centering around gold. Okay, so gold's going to turn into the new average, not silver. With this change, ranks should be better match the meaning. Wait, ranks should better match the meaning you've come to expect elsewhere from other games, and many players will see their rank, their end rank, be higher than before. So again, this is where I will say Riot are trying to retain players who may be on the fence about leaving. I've been silver for years when I'm not bad. You're then probably going to end up in gold. But that's the story for the main ranks. But what about diamond and above? It's important to us that the highest ranks retain the exclusivity and prestige they've historically had. So we're not changing anything about how those ranks are distributed. That said, flattening the curve without compensating somehow would result in significant inflation in diamond. In order to mitigate this, we're adding a new rank, Emerald, which some of you may recognize from Wild Rift. Emerald rank will be live between diamond and platinum, and represents roughly a similar percentage of players as platinum. So what they're doing, diamond at the moment and above, staying completely the same. So if you're diamond now, what Riot is saying, you're still diamond. I'm still diamond, whatever. Like, if you're master, you're still master. They're not touching diamond and above. What they're doing, so you can see this is what it's like right now. And as you can see, big peak in silver, then a bit of bronze, then iron, and then gold, and then platinum, then diamond. They're flattening it out. So, gold is now going to be the average. So as you can see, basically, they're moving what is silver, and then it kind of dips down. They're moving that to gold is then the middle, and then silver and platinum have the same amount of players around, and then it starts to taper down. So in essence, if you're platinum now, you're then going to be emerald. And if you're either going to be high platinum or you'll be emerald. If you're silver now, you'll probably end up in gold, depending where you are in silver. And if you're low silver or bronze, you'll then end up in silver. And if you're iron, you'll probably still either be iron or you'll be in bronze. Like, they're basically just spreading it out, so it's not so much in silver. Like, if you look here, silver at the moment is 30% of the game. They're making these three ranks 20-20-20, so they're just trying to taper it off. I've said for a while that they've needed to bring emerald, but they are doing it in a way that I didn't expect. So the way that I've always said that they needed emerald is I actually wanted them to break up diamond more. Diamond is a weird rank, and obviously I've been diamond for the majority of my league career. Diamond 4 is a completely different rank than even diamond 3, 2, and 1. Like, it's just completely different. Diamond 4 you could make, because again, Diamond 4 has the majority of those diamond accounts are in Diamond 4. You could make Diamond 4 just into Platinum, and then make the new Diamond, what then spread out Diamond 3, 2, 1 into then Diamond. That's what I was hoping they're doing, but as they've said here, they're not affecting Diamond and above. They're happy with Diamond and above. So unfortunately, it's not the way that I wanted them to do it, but it's the way that they are doing it. I'm happy with it nonetheless. I think it's a healthy thing. Another rank is just to spread out the load. I think isn't bad. I think some, Riot may not say it, but some lower diamond players may end up in Emerald, and that I don't think is a bad thing. I think maybe if some of the Diamond 4 goes into high Emerald, I don't think that's bad. But yeah, hopefully this will be a good thing. So basically, this works like typical reset. So obviously the partial reset is happening, but your initial reset being smaller than usual. So yeah, if you're worried about, I've made it to a rank that I'm happy with, they're going to take it away from me, it's a smaller reset than even we normally have at the beginning of a season. So like at the beginning of a season, I think, you know, on average, you dropped roughly a rank. So, like, if you finished the season Diamond 1, it was fairly normal to start your next season Platinum 1. That was roughly it. I think, I'm trying to remember, obviously, last year I finished Master, and I think this year, I think I started Diamond 3. I think. But I can't really remember. And I don't even think I did that well in placements. I think if I did well in placements, I might have even been able to start Diamond 2 or Diamond 1. So this is going to be less. So like maybe let's say you're Diamond 1 right now, maybe you'll get Diamond 3, you know, that's the thing. It's not as harsh. So the first thing that they're doing is they're lowering placement games from 10 to 5. So as you've already gone through placements once this season and we're resetting the ladder more gently, we can determine starting rank more quickly and save you the extra time before getting into laddering up. While the rationale for this change is related to the mid-tier year reset, we're going to be keeping it at 5 placements for next season as well. So yeah, placement games, less grindy, less of them to do, bam. We're removing promotion series. This one I would say is a bit risky. As I said about earlier, like the ping pong effect can feel quite bad. But promotion series have long been a divisive element for the rank climb. Promotion series were meant to add drama and stakes and slow down your climb. To import moments of in your league career. While they certainly did this, they also created situations where players would bounce off them multiple times, stalling their climb and creating frustration, which, as literally what I said, they were designed to do that, which that doesn't happen when they're not there, but there is another frustration now that because they don't exist, because you just ping pong so much. But anyway, after looking how frequently players are likely to be playing them, with more climbing and 2 splits in a year, we decided that the stress of repeatedly running through promotion series for your ranks you may have earned before outweighs the benefits of having that significant series of games. Starting next split, you'll be able to move directly through tiers whenever you've accumulated enough LP. The only thing I would say to this, of reading that, why didn't they do a thing then if you've achieved that rank before there's no promotion? Isn't that a good idea? Like, for example, if you've been Master before and you demote to Diamond 1, when you go to Master again, no promotion series, you've been Master before. But your first time that you ever get somewhere, maybe then there should be a placement or promotion series. Maybe that would be it. Like, oh, you've never made it to Gold, you're a Silver player. Here's your Gold promotion series, because it feels like you're entering this new rank. There needs to be that kind of the drama, as they've said, to get your first ever time you've been in Gold. But then, yeah, you get demoted down to Silver, but then you get back up to Gold. Oh, you've been here before. You don't have a promotion series. Welcome back to Gold. I don't know. Maybe that's the happy medium. But anyway, so the TLDR is we're flattening the rank curve. The meaning of each rank will be closer to what you expect ranks to mean, and most players will find themselves at a higher tier than before. So that's cool for most players. That's just like a positive thing. We're adding a new rank Emerald between Platinum and Diamond. We're setting ranks, but less than usual, and you only need to do 5 placements, and promotion series are gone. These are big changes. The only thing I will say is a lot of this is really good, and I like a lot of it. By next split, which, if for those that are like, when is it? It's roughly 40 days from now. I hope, obviously they've mentioned here that, you know, they need to do something here. They need to actively do something about it for split 2. It's all well and good them mentioning it and going, yeah, it's pretty bad. You know, we know it's pretty bad. We're not happy. You're not happy. The impact of smurfing is a bit out of control. It's good to mention it, but they now need to do something about it, because if split 2 is basically the exact same thing of like level 30 accounts either taking over games or then running it down and being toxic and inting, it doesn't feel great. So I hope in the next 40 days, Riot just decide on what they're going to do. And I think the only quick thing that they can do is just bring back SmurfQ. In theory, they've already done it, so they should be able to just re-implement that code, or whatever, you know, situation that is. They should be able to just quickly re-implement it. And, you know, as I said, I'm a human. I grow. I was a fan of SmurfQ. No, I wasn't a fan of SmurfQ. because it hurt my unranked diamond series. It made it less like authentic going through the ranks and getting the official feel of that rank. But I care more about my main account experience because that's the account I'm majority playing, and that's the account I want to play and want to climb. And for the past few weeks, ranked has just felt awful. It has. You know, I can't hide away from it. It is most games a level 30 account is the reason that you win or lose, and that is both for a good reason and a bad reason. The good reason is, oh my god, I got the level 30 account that's gone 10-0 in lane phase. Let's go. Or I lost that game. Why? Well, either the enemy team had the level 30 account that's taking over, or I have the level 30 account that lost lane, you know, got first blooded in top lane. He bought the account for €2. He doesn't care about it. He started inting. It's happening all the time. And because these accounts cost €1 to €2, $1 to $2, they're good players. That's the thing. They're good players to always get into diamond, high diamond, master, whatever. No one's doubting that. But because the accounts cost that little, they get banned, and then it just happens again. They just buy another account. The only way to stop it kind of taking over is adding smurfq back. And just realize smurfq also slows down their climb, because when you've got this system without smurfq, we've had gold accounts in Diamond 1 MMR games because they have near 100% win rates because they just win every single game, but they're winning games really easily. When they get put in smurfq and practically all 10 players are smurfs, it naturally will slow down their game, because you have, like we had in the Unranked Diamond series last year, you have like diamond quality level games when everybody is ranked silver because you're in smurfq. But I don't know, there's a lot of good news in this. I just want Riot, especially for that point. I'm fine with promotion going away. I'm happy about Victorious and Nivea. The new rank seems really cool. Flattening the ranks is a good experience for the average player. I just think they need to do something about the buying level 30 account problem. Otherwise, it's just going to feel as bad as it has already for the last couple weeks and months, because it doesn't feel good. But anyway, that's going to be it. Some good news. If you guys did enjoy, do throw a like on it, throw a comment, let me know what you think down below. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Call down the reckoning.